In the world of mobile apps, something big is happening. And no, it's not just about slicker designs or shaving a few milliseconds off load times. We're talking about making apps that can actually think. Today, we're going to dive deep into the incredible combination of Flutter and artificial intelligence and why it's about to completely change the game for app development in 2025.
And let's be real about the stakes here, right from the get-go. In today's market, if you're not thinking about how AI can make your app better, you are already falling behind. It's really as simple as that. This is the new standard. And this isn't some fringe idea we're talking about. We're talking about a massive community, over 2 million developers who are already all in on Flutter. Now, just imagine for a second the creative explosion that happens when you put the power of AI into the hands of that many talented people. That's the scale of the shift we're about to witness. So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with why Flutter and AI are such a perfect match. Then we'll look at the tools you can start using today, check out some killer real-world examples, and get into the nitty-gritty of how to build this stuff. After that, we'll cover the business side of things. And finally, we'll wrap up with a clear action plan so you can get started right away. First up, let's talk about Flutter's new AI advantage. And really, this is all about the perfect marriage of raw speed and incredible intelligence. Just take a look at this. On one side, you've got Flutter's superpowers, right? A single code base that gets you to market crazy fast, that buttery smooth 120 Hz performance that users love, and that developer magic of hot reload. Now you pair that with what AI brings to the party. Real-time personalization that makes every user feel special, predictive analysis that knows what they want before they do, and even generating content right there on the device. It's like giving your app a brain. It's not just fast anymore, it's smart. Okay, so that all sounds great, but how do you actually make it happen? Let's get practical and open up your on-device AI toolkit. These are the frameworks that every single Flutter dev needs to know about. The big one, the industry standard, is TensorFlow Lite. Now, think about what this means for your users. Their app works perfectly when they're on the subway with zero signal. Features feel instantaneous because everything is happening right on their phone. And, maybe most importantly, they can trust you because their personal data never, ever leaves their device. That is a massive win for user experience, all while costing you exactly zero in server fees. But what if you're not an AI wizard? What if you haven't spent years training models? Well, that's where Google's ML kit is an absolute game changer. Seriously, it's like having a toolbox just full of pre-built AI solutions. You need to scan text from a business card? It's in there. Detect faces in a photo? Easy. Generate smart replies for a messaging app? It's all ready to go. You can add these incredibly powerful AI features to your app in minutes, not months. And when I say minutes, I'm not kidding. Just look at this code. It is literally 2 lines to add powerful text recognition to your app. The first line fires it up, the second line processes the image. That's it. It's one of those moments where you just go, whoa, it's really that easy? It shows you just how accessible this tech has become for everyone. But okay, what if you need to do some really heavy lifting? Like, what if your app needs to identify not just a car, but the exact make and model? That's where Firebase ML comes into play. It lets you tap into the massive power of Google's cloud servers for those super complex tasks. And get this, you can even update your AI models on the fly without ever forcing your users to download an app update. It is like having a supercomputer in your back pocket. So, which way do you go? On-device or cloud? Well, as you can see, it's all about trade-offs. You go on-device for pure speed, privacy, and making sure your app works offline. You go to the cloud when you need raw power and super easy updates. But you know, the real magic usually happens when you combine them. You could use on-device AI for instant stuff, like checking if a photo is blurry, and then send the really hard work up to the cloud. It's all about using the right tool for the job. Okay, let's move from all the theory to what's actually happening in the real world. Let's see how this all comes together and look at what some of the top apps are building with Flutter and AI right now. In e-commerce, just picture this. A user sees a cool jacket they love out in the wild. They snap a picture, and your app instantly shows them where they can buy that exact jacket. That's visual search, and it's leading to a massive 35% jump in sales. Or think about healthcare. An AI symptom checker can give a worried user some immediate, reliable info while they're waiting to see a doctor. You see, this isn't just about cool tech. It's about solving real-world problems and driving actual business results. So you're probably feeling inspired. You want to build this stuff. But where do you even begin? All right, let's open up the technical playbook. So how do you get this up and running? It is way simpler than you might think.
Honestly, it really just boils down to these 3 steps. First, you tell your app which AI tools and packages you're going to use. Second, you load up your pre-trained brain, that's your AI model. And third, you just give it some data and ask it to make a prediction. That's the core loop. Everything else is just building on top of that simple, powerful foundation. Now, of course, there are some traps you can fall into. These are super common challenges, but they're easy to avoid if you know about them. A really big one is using models that are way too large, which just bloats your app size. The fix? Use smaller, optimized models. Another classic mistake is forgetting about edge cases, so you've got to test with messy, real-world data. And this is critical. Watch out for battery drain and always be transparent with your users about their data and give them control. All right, let's talk about the bottom line. Let's talk about why a business should actually invest in this. This is the business case for AI, and we're talking about a return on investment that truly makes sense. Let's just start with pure speed. Because you're writing your code once and it runs beautifully on both iOS and Android, companies are seeing their development times get slashed by up to 40%. I mean, think about what that really means. That's not a small tweak. That's launching your app months ahead of the competition. And the savings don't just stop at launch day. They keep going for the entire life of the app. Instead of paying 2 different teams to fix bugs and add features on 2 platforms, you just have one. That can chop your long-term maintenance costs by as much as 60%. That's real money you can reinvest into making your app even more awesome. But here it is. This is the number that really matters. When you add smart, AI-powered features that genuinely help your users, they notice. They stick around longer, they come back more often, and they become loyal fans. We are seeing user engagement skyrocket by up to 35%. And that's not just some vanity metric, that is the engine of growth for your entire business. Okay, let's bring this all home. Here is a dead simple, clear action plan to help you kick off your very first AI project today. Look, this is not some year-long, massive undertaking. You can make real, tangible progress in just 1 month. In week 1, just have fun with it. Play around, build something simple, get a feel for the tools. Then in week 2, pick one small feature in an app you're working on and figure out how to make it smarter. Week 3 is all about polish, making it faster and better. And by week 4, you can launch it to a small group of users and start learning from what they do. This is a real path to getting started. So there you have it. The future of mobile is intelligent, and Flutter gives you every single tool you need to build it. The only question left is the one on your screen. Build first.